Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my reaction to the Myriad Celestia trailer, A Night of Everflame, Scene 33. I have no idea really what this is, only I was told that this is probably something you probably should watch before we go to the next planet, and I'm very excited to see what this is. Let's check it out.
Penacony,
Oh.
planet of festivities.
Oh, we new characters?
Dreams are haven for the cowardly.
You saying Penacony's
Family has summoned
for
guests
cowardly?
for its grand celebration. The golden blood will flow from the destruction. As an
What is this visual?
children of the flame.
Children of the Flame, my heart is pounding already.
Rite of passage. Akash, I lit a fire in your eyes and showed you music of the
Akash.
springs.
Look at what we're looking at here. An eyeball shattered through glass.
Celebration and hush the harmony into muted awe.
Hush the harmony.
Be done, Father.
Oh, and oh, given like a directive.
I set your form alight
Dubra.
and taught you mastery of the blade. Temper it with sulfur, maim the elation.
Maim the elation. Are we talking about different eons here and followers of eons? Maim the elation. Hush the hush the. I know we're already going back here, but it was hush the preservation.
Fire in your eyes and showed you music of the strings. Serenade the celebration.
Harmony.
And hush the harmony into muted
You hush the
awe.
harmony.
It will be done, Father.
What the hell?
Dubra, I set your form alight and taught you mastery of the
Look at this
blade.
visual though with the spine and the apple.
Temper it with sulfur, maim the elation, and let the
Such hatred in his voice as well.
tears pour into the abyss.
As you wish, Father.
Just as you wish. Yeah, sure.
Katerina, I kindled a flame in your heart and granted you blood of
This music as
fire.
well.
Use your wrath to shatter the president's
Shatter.
kingdom and build their gold to create a statue of our savior.
Oh my
You
god.
got it, old man.
You got it, old man.
And Constance at last.
Oh my god.
My most ambitious and exceptional child.
Oh, so this is the most
There
powerful
is
one?
nothing more to teach you. Just remember, without Penacony's midnight hour, strip away all they hold dear and leave naught but the remembrances to.
That's Duke Inferno then, right? That's Duke Inferno.
She won't be necessary. I can take them alone.
Stop. These
Katerina,
designs.
A little pessimism might be wise.
This is like so exciting but so terrifying. So that's Katerina then, I guess, with the red hair.
What if we all end up dead?
The music here as well, so sinister.
Since when have those on the path of destruction feared death?
His voice.
Still,
Who's
it
this?
is wise to plan ahead, Father.
Wait, it's like a puppet?
What is our fallback if things become perilous?
Things will become perilous.
Fall back. Such a thing does not exist.
Oh no.
Destruction is brave and heroic.
Do you think so?
To cling to life is to delay in cowardice.
Why am I scared?
Relish Penacony's savor its invitation. Prepare this
Holy-
beautiful dream to welcome its new master from Fedora.
Zoom out. And look at this visual of all the characters together.
Duke Inferno,
Yeah.
Everflame Mansion.
The Everflame. Wait, so no, we have to go back as well, because again, we got like the name of the characters there towards the end as well, but like I want to kind of like just to make sure we're watching everything again. What it seems to be is that like there is this thing called the Children of the Flame and Everflame Mansion. Duke Inferno is the head of them, and he is basically giving them all directives of what they have to do on Penacony. Am I wrong? Like we'll see if that's how it goes.
Planet of festivities. A
We'll watch it one more
cradle
time.
drowning in dreams, a haven for the cowardly. The family has summoned guests for its grand celebration.
The family.
The golden blood will flow from the
This is a crazy visual. Yeah,
as an offering.
like golden blood from this goat.
Children of the flame.
There's Children of the
This
Flame.
marks your rite of passage. message. Akash.
So the first one is called Akash. Okay. And that's, I guess, the one who was playing the cello, if it says music of the strings.
Lighted the fire in your eyes and showed you music of the strings. Serenade the celebration and hush the harmony into muted awe.
Again, these directives, hush the harmony, right? So the first one is hush the harmony.
Will be done, Father.
And then we have an apple as well.
I set your form alight and taught you mastery of the blade.
Is Dubra the one who had the puppet? Because the puppet was like holding an apple, so I wonder if that's what it is.
Temper it with sulfur. Maim the elation.
Maim is such a crazy word to use here.
Blood and tears pour into the abyss.
As you wish, Father.
Crazy.
Katerina, I kindled a flame in your heart and granted you blood of fire.
Katerina.
Use your wrath to shatter the preservation.
And then we have Shatter the
and
Preservation.
build their gold to create a statue of our savior.
You got it, old man.
You gotta remember, but if you're melting someone's gold at that point, right? That means like you're taking all the riches and stuff they've earned and like creating something new out of it. And it almost seems like disrespectful towards like what they've earned, right? Not even, it might not even be what they earned, but what they could be what they've taken. But it's just definitely for sure what they own, right?
And Constance.
Constance.
at last. My most ambitious and
Is Constance the one with the fancy dress
There's
and
nothing more
hat?
to teach you. Just remember, without Penacony's midnight hour, strip away all they hold dear, and leave naught but the remembrance's tomb.
The Remembrance's Tomb. So this is Katerina.
She won't be necessary. I can take them alone.
Katerina.
And this is obviously Constance with the flower.
Pessimism might be wise. What if we all end up dead?
I really feel like they have like all their own unique energy, but for some reason they're all like kind of equally terrifying in some way. You know, they're all equally like terrifying in their own way so far. To me. And this is Akash.
Since when have those on the path of destruction feared death?
And this is Dubra.
It is wise to plan ahead, Father.
This is such a crazy like the yank of a character. You know, like she just like gets pulled upon.
What is our fallback if things become perilous?
Crazy design.
Fall back. Such a thing does not exist.
So Katerina red hair. Dubra is the puppeted character here with the scythe, I guess. Constance is the one in the fancy outfit, but which thank God, Constance fits that so much for some reason. And then on the other side is Akash.
Destruction is brave yet heroic.
Are you sure about that?
Life is to delay.
That's a crazy line. To cling to your life is to delay in cowardice, because they're like everything should be destroyed. Everything's
Cowardice. Relish Penacony's savor its invitation.
crazy
Prepare
stuff.
This beautiful dream to welcome its new master from Fedora.
Look at this. Yeah, so Constance on this side, which again, as I said, they're all equally terrifying in their own way. Like, you know, Katerina is such a contrast to Constance, right? But like they both have like this already these like their personalities are on full display. You know, Katerina gives off the energy of someone who like is very calm and collected, but has no problem sending like a very like, you know, spirited jab like verbally your way as well. Like she has this like very like cunning and calculated vibe. Katerina has this has the energy of someone who will like go headstrong into something, and that's kind of terrifying because then like you don't know when that type of person's gonna quit. You know what I mean? Like that type of person that doesn't like really care that much about like their fellow person around them. You know, that's the energy I get of them. The Dubra is like such an interesting character because like it seems like they're a little bit apprehensive about what they're saying. They're trying to like, you know, maybe see if there's like, hey, what if something bad might happen? But they still give off such like a very dark energy, and maybe it's just because of like the floating cape and the giant sight that feels like, you know, it's a representative of death almost. And then we have Akash, who Akash seems like he's very like from a first glance, very cool, very suave and all this stuff as well. But right at the same time, like we can't really get that idea from like, you know, of who they are, of any character here from first glance, especially since Akash didn't say as much as the other characters for sure, only a little bit. But he seemed very like cool under pressure in a way, I guess.
Ifrit, Duke Inferno, Everflame.
Everflame Mansion. So this was a really cool trailer, and to me it felt like a Lazo trailer, right? It felt like it was like that big thing where it's like something is about to happen, like the world is about to change. It feels like the end of the second movie of like a trilogy where the characters kind of go, what just happened, and then like everything changes forever. And I really feel like that's what it felt like here, and like it was really well directed. We'll talk about all that stuff as well. Like I really feel like the artwork was fantastic, and it the music in the background was great too, to make it feel very eerie and kind of like nerve-wracking. I feel like that's always a good thing to have as well. But in terms of what they said in this, like and I actually luckily they have like transcripts for videos and stuff like that as well, but like honestly we can just like have the subtitles up as well. But he said he called it a haven for the cowardly. That's what he called Penacony. Because they're like drowning in dreams. And I wonder if that's because later on he says like, the idea of like to cling to life is to delay in cowardice. He also says that there's no such thing as a fallback because destruction is brave and heroic. So even if you like, I guess that's saying like, even if we fail here and we get destroyed, it's still brave and heroic. But all that leads him to believe that like in terms of like Penacony, he believes that Penacony is like, complacent maybe. They're drowning in dreams means they're probably like, kind of like, up in the clouds. They're not really thinking about all like the the seriousness of like the world possibly as well. And the idea of they refuse to accept their deaths, like, and I'm paraphrasing that as well, by the way, the refusal to accept your death is to cling to your life, I guess, as well, is cowardice. It literally feels like someone saying like like death is like a beautiful thing almost, like death is like a great thing to happen to these people. And it sounds like a disdain for the idea of how like the people of Penacony probably live, which is up in the clouds, probably like having like a very good time. Was here Duke Inferno is being a bit of a jackass. It said like there was like destruction would be there was like first of all there's an invitation they were talking about, like an invitation from the family. They said from the family. To come to Penacony. So the Annihilation Gang somehow like was invited in some way, or maybe they're just like taking that as like a thing, hey, whatever, we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna come here anyway. But they said like all the stuff to these new characters, which by the way, the characters are really, really cool and kind of scary, but like it's they kind of like make you a bit nervous. Looking at them, great designs, but they make me feel very nervous. He said it was like a rite of passage what they're gonna have to do in some case. Now again, it was kind of like very figurative what he was saying, but it sounded like a directive, but like in a very spiritual kind of like figurative sense, right? Offering an offering to the family, the blood, golden blood will flow. So again, golden blood, that makes it seem like if you're talking about the people of Penacony, that means again, they're probably like have their head in the clouds. They're probably like, well off. They're probably, they're like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I am, again, a disdain for that idea that like, they're kind of like, maybe well off. Maybe they're kind of like, complacent. I said the word complacent, but maybe they're comfortable in a way too. It could be the way of looking at it. But yeah, rite of passage. You said to like Akash. Akash is the one with the cello, the dude. Said to like hush the harmony, which again sounds like quieting the harmony forever. Dubra, who is absolutely terrifying as well with the puppeteer stuff. To maim the elation. That's to maim something is to like brutally destroy it beyond like recognition at this point, right? Katarina is supposed to use her wrath to shatter shatter preservation, and then use the gold to build a statue of their savior. So is that to build a statue of Nanook? Because if so, pretty it's a pretty like, again, it's one of those things where it feels like taking their possessions and then using it for like, it's like we don't care about possessions, or like we don't care about the gold aspect of this. We're just doing this like to send a message, almost like to build something of our savior as well. And they said to Constance, who was another like creepy character, dressed in kind of like this very fancy outfit, that there's nothing more they can really teach them. And like everything like they, and to leave the remembrance in a tomb, like in the remembrance's tomb. So all the directors that we heard here were basically like, destroy, right? Basically kill or end in a lot of ways. And it seems like even though again it's figurative, I wonder if they understand that plan or what they have to do better than anything else, because he said it's a rite of passage. You have to do something about this. Yeah, Katarina is outgoing. She's like scary. She seems like she's the type of person to like act first and think later. Dubra makes me feel so unnerved with that like new like that puppeteer kind of vibe with the ghostly figure in the background. Akash is like a character who seems like very calm and collected about even death. He's like, we shouldn't fear death. Which makes him even like scarier as well. And honestly, I feel like one of the scariest characters is Constance. I think there's something about her with the elegant outfit, the smile on her face, the fact that she's like calculating stuff in her mind. You can see that she's saying like we should think about stuff first. To me, like that's even like while like I think there's nothing scarier than a character that is going to just like do stuff. Like say Katarina, I'm just gonna do stuff and like, you know, just I'm ready to destroy stuff. There's something scary as well about a character who's like very calculated and like and has like a thought process about everything they want to do to people. But again, they have like this, I guess, like plan to accomplish. Yeah, he even said, Duke Inferno, prepare this dream to welcome its new master. So prepare Penacony to welcome its new master, which I guess would either be Duke Inferno. I think it's gonna be Duke Inferno, right? That's the new master, or maybe it could be like, you know, Duke himself, but I think it's Duke Inferno. Yeah, like if some very scary characters, some very interesting characters. I think legitimately, like the characters that are with him made me feel nervous, and it's one of those things that if I see them in the game, I'm gonna instantly put up my hands like someone's pointing a gun at me, like like kind of just because they are scary. They are like a very like scary bunch of characters, and I think they're intentionally supposed to be like this like a bunch of characters who like make you feel nervous and make you want to like, you know, look around your, you know, look behind your back every time, sleep with one eye open. They feel like that type of character, those type of characters. What I liked about this trailer, really, like, it felt like a Lazo trailer, like I was saying. It had some great presentations, some great music, but I feel like it also made me scared of Duke Inferno, because I went away from the Dr. Ratio quest, actually thinking like, you know, whatever about Duke Inferno. No, I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. I was just like, it seems like, you know, he's not that scary. He seems scary to other people, but like, yeah, they described him as scary. He was gonna do some scary stuff if Dr. Ratio didn't step in, but I hope you understand why I was like not that afraid. I think it was because we had Dr. Ratio with us, saving everybody every moment. We had a bunch of characters with us. And again, that's one of those things. We'll always have like powerful characters around somewhere, right? For sure. But I feel like it's one of those situations where like Dr. Ratio can't be there to like stop the Annihilation Gang every single time. You know, he can't be. And so there's going to be some other stuff that happens there with the Annihilation Gang. And I think and the reason why I'm scared of this them now is a few things. They were described in the earlier mission, the Dr. Ratio mission, Duke Inferno was as an insolent child who would knock over a vase. When you hear that first, you go like, oh, so just like these like whatever, these like childish actions. And at first, but then you think about it, and it's like a character who would do that has no respect, has no moral compass, really, is someone who doesn't who is trying to like get a rise out of people and is trying to maybe like get noticed, is trying to destroy things for the sake of destroying things just for fun, just for a passion. And the reason why that is scarier now to me is after hearing this trailer, not only is it this big group that he has around him, but he's very serious. He's very serious. And there's something scary about having such a big backing of these characters, having such a passion for destruction and death, and having such like a scary like energy about all these characters, that I went from being like, okay, Dr. Ratio stopped them. I was thinking we might not ever, like, I was literally thinking that Annihilation Gang was not going to come back up again for a while. But now I'm thinking to myself, that insolence and that need to be, like, destructive for the sake of being destructive becomes scary again, knowing that they have, like, some sort of plan, knowing that they're, you know, have these, that this is who is part of his gang, knowing that, like, he's willing to, like, go this far, knowing that he's even telling his characters, like, you know, do not be afraid of, like, destruction is beautiful. And while we knew they already, like, were scary and some people, like, saw them as evil already, I hope you understand why I'm saying that, like, before I was like, okay, we probably won't see them again, Dr. Ratio stopped them, okay, and now I'm back to being, like, very nervous about the Annihilation Gang again, like, legitimately so. I feel like they did a good job with that here. I feel like it sets up, like, an energy and a fear for the new, for the future. It might be Penacony. Again, I don't know how these, you know, with the Lazo trailer, for example, we didn't see anything for a while, but I'm guessing that they're invited to Penacony. So there is an invitation. So at some point, we might run into one character or two characters. You never know. I don't know when we're going to run into them, but I'm absolutely terrified now. Like, it's so strange. It's like, literally, I'm not even joking. At the end of the Dr. Ratio quest, I was thinking to myself, we won't see this Annihilation Gang for a while. Because that's what happens sometimes in Honkai so far, is that you'll mention a gang or a group, and you might not see them for, like, 10 missions. You might not hear about them again. And then, like, sometimes they mention factions just for story beats, and you don't hear about them again for a bit as well. And obviously, like, you know, we've only done 40 parts, but I feel like that's been happening a lot in Honkai, because, again, there's such a wide variety of factions that you don't know when they're going to show up again. I was like, Dr. Ratio stopped them, cool, but now I have a fear all over again. This set up an omen, a bad fear I have now. I'm nervous, but again, it's excitement as well to see, like, these kind of, like, bad characters. I love the designs. I love seeing, like, I think out of all the four, Constance definitely my favorite design. I think there's something very unnerving about, like, an elegant character who has, like, such a creepy smile, you know what I mean? It's already, like, you know, very, like, you know, not unnatural, but it's very weird to have, like, this elegant outfit of a, you know, this elegant character with their, like, outfit. amongst like these kind of very scary characters. And I think that makes it even scarier, right? It's like one of those things where like if you go into a room and like everyone's wearing a biker outfit and like they're in the middle of it, like the most powerful dude is like wearing like I don't know, he's wearing like, maybe biker outfit's a bad example. Maybe like you go into a room and like everyone's wearing, because like biker outfits are, I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying biker outfits aren't you know, cool. Well, it's not about cool, it's about scary. You go into a room and like everyone's wearing like, you know, one type of outfit, then like one person's like wearing like this like suit in the middle and everyone is like leaving them alone. that type of vibe. That's what it feels like with Constance. It's like, what's up with them? You know, it's literally like everyone's dressed up to the nines. Everyone's wearing these crazy outfits, and then you notice like one person is just wearing this very fancy, elegant outfit, and you're just like, what's their deal? You know? But yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening more with you know, this group, the Annihilation Gang. I think this was a good thing to like reignite this fear for the Annihilation Gang. That like again, Dr. Ratio made me feel very calm. I felt like I was just holding on to his you know, strong arm, and as he was like, you know, guiding me through stuff. And I felt like very safe around him. And like honestly like felt probably like much safer being around like, you know, him and Screw'em as well. But obviously like, you know, things might change going forward. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for supporting me. The Penacony episode is tomorrow. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. Of course, on my it's up on my Patreon now for the $1 patrons and up. But I want to say this right now: do not pledge, because it's literally just like it's not a thing that happens all the time. It's something that whenever I can, I will do an early video. That's what happens. So it's the same thing for every single YouTube member. But I want to make sure that people don't pledge and then get, you know, oh, why is there no early video every week and stuff like this as well. I don't want to do that, you guys. It's just this one Penacony video, because, you know, I just did it early again as like a little thank you for patrons. But it's only like a day early, but still. Thank you so much to Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost Feeding Zuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish Adusta, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, Hikesperian, Jared being with the highest share of my YouTube, Roy, Gamer 7, and Blasco. I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.